Hello, dear viewers. I welcome you to our next round of the Creative Society International discussions. They are following the International Open Online Forum called Global Crisis. Our survival is in unity. And without any exaggeration, that was the unprecedented historical event in history of humanity, because it was organized fully by volunteers, by ordinary people from 180 countries, and it was broadcasted simultaneously in 150 languages. Just think of it. What's impossible for any organization, any kind of project in the world was possible for just ordinary volunteers. And we've done it. We've done it successfully. The information on the forum was shocking, but both hopeful for all the people who watched it. And I want to welcome also my co-host today, Alex. Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome, dear viewers. Thank you, Olga. And really, it was an event that cannot be described by words and should be seen by every human on Earth. Because the information there, it was either shocking and also very inspiring. But mostly what is really what I understand personally, that we really need to act right now towards building the creative society. And it's also very inspiring that we have today with us our guests. And I would like to introduce them, and then we'll start how they found the forum, what they found it especially, and what they liked it the most. So I would like to introduce you Zakia Khan from India. She's a philanthropist, founder of the Zakia Hamdard Foundation and Hamdard The Helping Hand.
Hi, Alex.
Hello. Masiga Swizen, a student of Business Administration Marketing from Uganda.
Hello.
Welcome. And Anuruddha Fernando from New Sri Lanka, founder of My City Global, Mystic 7, XYZ Family, and Playmo. Welcome.
Greetings, everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And I know that it wasn't short. It was really an impressively long event, but I know that every hour was precious and the whole team was working to make it interesting, both and informative. So our first question would be, what's your impression after watching the forum? Did something change in your life, in your mind? And what's new did you find out? What important did you find out? I would offer to go with our dear lady guest, Zakia. Please, what's your feedback about the forum?
Thanks a lot for giving the first to be the best honor. The forum, definitely has brought a lot of things. If you talk about what forum has given to me, and it has shown a way that in any circumstances, you can do whatever you feel like connecting such a lot of people from different language, different country is not that easy job, but you bluntly build it and proven it that anything is possible. This era, the biggest puzzle is to get connected. It is easy as well, and it is problematic also. Why? Because connecting together and keeping their thoughts together, bringing them in the same ideology, moving together with the same purpose is not that easy. Joining together is easy. You can join immense people, but then their thought might not be same. They might not be having the same motive what they are having right now through this forum. Everyone is having the same motive to serve global crisis, to end this global crisis from their own individual portions and bring a kind of different world, what we should be having, what our future kids should have. And showing this pathway is definitely a tremendous job. I respectfully, respect you people for doing this immense perfectly, and it's really going to bring definitely some changes. It is, and it is going to. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. It's really making a lot of change already right now for the people who are already saw it. And it's actually our task currently to tell it to the whole to the whole planet, to the whole 8 billions of us, in order to really the people who are wanting to change something in their society right now, that they have this hope that already something is happening. Like there are good neighbors who are already acting towards a better life, towards our common future, and it's also like very inspiring. And I would also like to ask Masiga, can you please share what are your impressions of the forum? What do you like at the most, and maybe some of the speakers that you remember?
Thank you, Alex. Global crisis, our survival is in unity. A conference that was conducted just 2 days back changed a lot of things in my life, and it triggered me to act and stop just sitting and waiting for things to change. I learned a lot of things from the forum itself. I discovered our inevitable destruction by the climate catastrophe if us as a human species does not act in time, because as the report which was published by the Rotary Club was also mentioned at the conference, us as a human species, we have not less than 14 years. And our survival has not more than 6 to 7 years. So this intrigued something so much in me, in that there is an urgent need for change as quick as possible, and there is an urgent need for us as a human species to unite and collect together all our scientific resources and all our potential so that we can counteract with the cosmic problem that we are facing right now. I learned that the issue of climate change is not in 1,000 years or 10 years to come, or more so whatsoever years, many years to come. It's already happening right now, and the planet is already burning beneath our feet. This was clarified by the facts which were said in the conference about the melting of our glacier caps in the Antarctica, and also those in the Greenlands, and also the increase of the flow of our Gulf Stream. This could trigger a number of cataclysms, including floods, numerous volcanic eruptions which have already happened. And the year 2022, according to the videos and according to the videos with the eyewitnesses and the footages of the cataclysms all over the world that have happened with a high magnitude and an increasing number in seismic activity in the year 2022 shows an increasing reaction of our planet towards this cosmic radiation. And in the conference, I learned that none of our governments is going to do this for us. No one is willing, apart from us concerned citizens who have already gotten to know this information. that we can change a lot, and the foundation has already been laid. All that we need to do is to unite on the ideology to create a better world for each and every one. And also, for our survival, unity is a must. It is a must for all of us. Unity, it's not that we are all going to come together in one place, but we are going to act together according to the idea that we need something better than what we have right now. And the only option that we have for all the problems, including the climate change problem and all the other encompassing problems such as the corruption, the famine, the drought, the hunger, and increasing numbers of deaths, mortality rate, and also the economic crisis. The only solution for all these problems is nothing other than the creative society, a society in which human life is valued most other than anything else. Human life is the first priority in the creative society. And the creative society is nothing other than a society in which everyone wants to live in, including me, including you, including our grandchildren, including everyone, even the generations to come, because there's none of us who is not tired of the format of society in which we are living in, for it causes panic, pressure, fear, greed, anger, stress. Each and every day, people working from morning to evening just to earn a living. It is scientifically proven that our civilization is on the 0.7 level of evolution. It's on the 0.7 level of evolution, and just building the creative society can give us a leap to the second level of evolution, where there will be a presence of free energy technologies. There will be a possibility for technologies to regenerate and prolong our life as a species, and we shall even have the possibility to move to other planets, and population increase will no longer be an issue for us. Our planet in the creative society will be able to accommodate more than 50 million people. And just right now in the consumer society, 7 to 8 billion people is already a problem. And we see that the 1% is already putting means of how to curb down this kind of population increase. But we already know that in the creative society, population increase is not a problem, but it's already a possibility for our development, for our growth as a species, in not only on Earth, but also on other planets. So I learned that for this possibility to happen, creative society has to be built. And how are we going to build the creative society? The creative society is going to be built by each and every one. For there are already stages in which the creative society can be built, and already the first stage is taking place, which is the information stage. whereby we not only want to remain with this idea of the creative society with ourselves, but want to spread it to each and everyone around us so that they can know about the future that is awaiting for them. And everything is in our hands. As long as everyone gets to know about the possibility of the creative society as fast as possible, then we shall be able to move to the second stage of the implementation of the creative society, which is the political stage. Then from the political stage to the electoral stage, whereby already the creative society will be able to be implemented at the state level. And I understood that this is really very simple. And according to the conference, statistics already shown that if only one of us could inform an average of 5 people, then in just a matter of 2 weeks, we shall have already gone to another stage of the creation of the creative society. And this is possible just by using simple tools that we have in our means, spreading the creative society message through printing out the creative society logo on our t-shirts, on our cups, on banners, and informing people and letting them know about this. I learned that this is an urgent need for everyone, and we have no time left. We merely have no time left. It looks like a fictitious movie, but it's already happening in our eyes. This is how much inspiration I got from the conference. It's so intriguing that after watching the conference, if you're really a human being, your actions and your directions in your day-to-day life won't just remain the same. So I would like to thank the participants and all the media partners who volunteered us in the streaming of this conference, and everyone who made it possible to stream it and translate it so that it can be reached to a great number of people. And I also thank everyone who is available right now, for this is already the work that has to be done. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Masiga, and thank you for such a detailed feedback and explanation of what was seen over the forum. We couldn't do it better, because you really went from hour to hour explaining which topics was uncovered. And thank you once again for that. Even from your short explanation, it's obvious that we uncovered a lot of problems, and we could actually go even longer than 12 hours. So when people are asking 12 hours, it's so long. Why is it so long? Well, we as humanity accumulated so many problems, and we have to talk about all of them, because each of them touches a very specific area of our life. Without fixing economy, we wouldn't fix environment. Without fixing environment, we wouldn't fix climate change, and so on and so on. And everything is so interconnected. So I see that you really were watching very carefully, maybe even making notes. So I also do like that, and I would recommend our viewers also to watch it carefully, because a lot of information is bringing a lot of understandings of what we need to change in our daily routine life. And now I want to pass the floor to Anuradha. Anuradha, please, could you share your feelings about the forum, your impression, and what would you like to say viewers about it?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank everyone and especially the technicals because I understand like things like this requires a lot of hard work and teamwork, and they are the ones who are behind the scenes. And most of the time, we are not showcasing them, but they should be the ones that should be thanked first. So I'm thanking them first for that. And I believe what I've looked into, like for the few days and few months, what I've connected with Creative Society is like I've been always wanting to have people who are in the similar mindset. Like I've been searching for years and years because I live in a country where people are like really backward thinking, not positive, and do not see this change that you're trying to do because this is something that is needs to be addressed. And what I liked is I really not like but love this. I've realized Creative Society has the guts to speak up and to let know other people that okay, this is the truth. This is what's happening right now. These are the changes that we require. And I'm very impressed that there are people like that right now out because, as I said, I've been searching people like that. And I found them. I'm really happy about it because, frankly, Creative Society feels like to me like family right now itself. And I'm somebody who sees into the future or more like I like to think in a technological advanced way. So I feel like right now we find the right people together and you have addressed all the problems that has been neglected by the mainstream media. One, climate, corruption, then the problems with poverty, and the 12 hours, to be really frank, is bare minimum. And if we have all these problems, there will be more forums to be required, more people to join. And I'm not going to repeat the same thing that the other guests have already mentioned. But in short, I'm on board. I will work from my end with not 100%, but 200% in my own style, in my own way. And we'll see into a future where all this has been solved already.
Yes, and really, thank you so much. Thank you for doing that and for saying that because you really pointed also very important things that like about technical support that we actually don't see, but they're doing tremendous job. And later on, we'll also talk about what job was done by the technical team during the forum. Regarding the website, but it will come later on. And also like regarding that when you actually hear this information, you could not just see it. And we see this example, right? So like that you would really want to work with 200% because it's actually showed that tremendous amount of truth was really taught on the forum. And we, as esteemed Igor Mikhailovich Danilov said, that it really was for the first time when we have heard so much of truth and also was translated to 150 languages. That was this forum was really a first step towards building the Creative Society. It was really a first step that we have done together, and it's a huge team, huge amount of people, and that we really right now need to concentrate on those who are really interested or also looking and trying to find what is wrong with this world, how we can really build something better. But we can build something better together. And those people who are wanting to change this system, change this format, and it really to unite, because in unity is our survival. That's what the motive. And actually, it's basically not only the name of the forum was also not only the name. It has a very deep meaning, and actually as a lesson for all of us who are participating, who are watching the forum. It's like a sentence that you need to understand that in unity is our survival, because alone we can do nothing. And what actually awaits us in the near future? What will be the Creative Society will look like? We will find out from the next video, and because I think everyone have saw some videos, like I saw some movies from the like about the future, but actually what awaits us, let's then check and then talk about it.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Arthur C. Clarke. What is your wildest dream? What will you get when it comes true? A big, beautiful house? A super modern car? Lots of traveling. Do you want to work less and spend more time with your family and friends? What do you personally dream of? What if dreams come true for every person on Earth and the creative society will come? What will your life be like? Have you thought about it yet? A human being is the most valuable element in the creative society. Therefore, the first thing that will be developed and applied is technology that will free you from hard, grueling, and dangerous labor. It will be done by robots and artificial intelligence. Nowadays, in the consumerist format, the introduction of advanced technology will leave you without work, but in the creative society, it will be different. In addition to the universal basic income of $10,000 a month, you can earn extra money and work at a pace you feel comfortable. No more than 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. And if you're an entrepreneur or businessman, schedule your time the way you want without worrying about anything, because both you and your employees have a universal basic income, and all the cutting-edge technologies and robotics are there for you. As of today, robots are already capable of taking on the most labor-intensive tasks in agriculture, metallurgy, mining, automotive, and other industries, and even in the neutralization of radioactive waste. If you don't want to work, then don't work. You can afford it. But how long will you be able to lie on the couch? A week? A year? You'll have lots of opportunities to do what you love and earn an income that you could only dream of before. You will be able to learn new professions and skills and educate yourself as much as you want. In education, there will be use of technologies that will make the learning process super interesting, easy, and interactive. Virtual reality glasses and holograms are already being used today. One of the most important areas that will be upgraded with the most advanced technology is the protection of human life and his safety. Thus, you will be safe and secure everywhere. You won't be afraid to come home late at night. You won't be afraid to let your child be alone outside. You will be able to go anywhere in the world and nothing bad will happen to you. Safe city systems have already been created based on artificial intelligence. They can quickly respond to emergencies, protect citizens and visitors every day, investigate and even prevent crimes. Intelligence systems and road infrastructure are already capable of controlling traffic throughout the city and ensuring safety. They can prevent traffic jams, send a signal to the car about a pedestrian who is about to jump out onto the road, and even intervene in case of a possible collision and activate the brakes. Imagine that you're going home in such a smart city, for example, and an autopilot air taxi. You chat via video call or watch your favorite movie. You walk into your beautiful big house and you already have a hot dinner waiting for the whole family. Smart gadgets and artificial intelligence have already washed, ironed, tidied everything and ordered food delivery. Who has cooked the dinner then? Home robotic kitchens can already scan your refrigerator, find the right gadgets in your cupboard, and cook a meal of any world cuisine on its own. The updated version will be able to put dirty dishes in the dishwasher and put clean ones in the cupboards. And these innovations will become available to you already during the transition period of the consumerist format of society to the creative one. And in a few years in the creative society, there will be even more pleasant surprises awaiting you. There will appear replicators of food, clothing, and everything you need. Have you ever heard what a replicator is? It's a device which creates an item you need, from a hamburger to a t-shirt, or earrings from elementary particles. To do that, it uses the information about the object and a small amount of energy. A company from California has already created the technology of the future, a printer that makes drinks right from molecules. The cartridge system makes it possible to make thousands of natural drinks with almost no waste. And this is just the beginning. The breakthrough discovery of nanotube technology by Massachusetts and Yale graduates allows them to manipulate matter at the molecular level and already obtain gasoline and other fuels directly from the air.
when this technology is everywhere? What does that future look like?
What I'm picturing is something like the size of a mini fridge that essentially can take waste materials and turn them into useful products like fuels and building materials, or it can pull CO2 out of the air and turn it into fuels or building materials.
The use of replicators will not only make our lives easier, but will also greatly improve our health. We will stop eating artificial foods, as we do now, which contain a lot of harmful chemical additives and flavor enhancers. Food from a replicator will be real, very tasty, and healthy. It is made from elementary particles, the same as in natural products. Finally, we will remember the taste of really natural food. Of course, if you love to cook yourself, you'll cook your own pleasure, maybe even in tandem with the famous chef. Your smart house in the Creative Society is a house that not only takes care of chores and food, but also of you and your family. It will be able to monitor your health indicators. For example, acoustic tissue has already been developed. It can monitor your heart and breathing in real time without you noticing it. You can even talk through it, answer the phone, and communicate with other people. Smart Toilet with the smart health function will take tests and send the results to artificial intelligence and, in case of abnormalities, to your doctor. It will advise you on how to adjust your diet. It will tell you what kind of food is not good for you and warn you about the risks of certain diseases. Smart Mirror will track your health vitals while you're getting dressed. It will help your elderly parents stay in touch with the doctors. It will also take care of your skin. It will detect problems in time and even help to choose the right product for you. In the Creative Society, even for beauty, there will be used the most advanced technologies. You will be able to save time by getting your manicure in minutes and building your eyelashes by an ultra-fast robot, or try on clothes in a virtual dressing room. Sure, you like it already. What's next? Watch this. Thanks to the introduction of energy innovations, such as a fuel-free generator, the house will be completely autonomous. No more utility bills, not even for the heating. In the Creative Society, everything will be focused on the continuous improvement of goods and services. Imagine you won't have to repair your car or home appliances because they don't break. What will you do after a delicious lunch? Do you want to go to your favorite band's concert? The supersonic train will get you there in minutes because it can reach speeds of over 1,000 kilometers an hour. Countries such as the USA, Canada, China, and South Korea are actively developing vacuum and magnetic train technology, and they are competing for leadership in this futuristic technology. Do you want to spend a vacation somewhere on uninhabited islands or meet up with a friend on the other side of the planet? Already today, NASA is developing a silent supersonic aircraft for commercial use. It will cut the duration of flights by at least in half. And this is just the beginning, because space technology and the Creative Society will serve people on Earth as well. You will get anywhere in the world, not only quickly, but absolutely for free. No visas, no bureaucracy. There will be complete freedom of movement for everyone. You will be welcome in every corner of the world. There will be one world. No wars, no enmity. We'll have nothing to fight about anymore. True human values will finally return to society. Cutting-edge technology will cleanse the planet of all garbage without harming the environment. Even today, innovations make it possible to completely recycle unsorted waste into raw materials for repeated further use in industry. You will be surprised to know what great prospects await us in the Creative Society. Garbage will become the most valuable raw material because the introduction of replicator technology will help to completely break down garbage and unnecessary things into elementary particles, and then read everything we need from them without leaving home, from food and clothes to gadgets and so on. We will no longer have to destroy the planet and kill animals to survive. In the Creative Society, we will be able to breathe clean air again, drink crystal clear water, and enjoy the pristine beauty of the oceans and forests. Have you decided what you'll do in the Creative Society? Have you long been dreaming of spending more time with your family or changing your career? Or would you like to learn how to surf on the best beaches in the world after work, travel with friends? Or maybe you dream of seemingly simple things, for your parents to be protected and live long. for your children to be healthy, and that for you, yourself, that you won't grow old and live more than 100 years. The creative society is better than your dreams. You'll have something you couldn't even imagine. And it's a society focused on your needs. It's the implementation of the best technologies, the world's best practices, all for you. Imagine your dream. It will become a reality in the creative society.
Wow. Before we switch to our guests explaining if they have decided what they will be doing in the Creative Society, I want to apologize for an absence of our guest, Masiga. His electricity got down and unfortunately he left the conversation. And that's actually following to the video which we watched. When we all have non-fuel generators in our apartments, this problem won't exist. So we'll be able to use all the technologies for free and however we want, as long as we want. Okay, guys. And now, Zakia, I would love to start with you. Have you decided what you will be doing in the Creative Society, and how do you envision your day in the Creative Society?
So after watching this video, I feel like staying silent for a few minutes and, imagining myself in the future. Because future is where what we really need right now. But how to get this future? Because this future is not that easy chapter. This chapter is not going to come by just talking and thinking about it. We really need to work hard. And that's what I really up to, as I have already come in many times in the forum, and we have already spoken and we have elaborated this forum discussion with my down-leg members, and they have already connected with it and they are working with it with me, with you people. Although you people are not regularly in my touch, but your ideas, your thinking, and my policies to develop it and bring it to the ground level has already been initiated and it's working very good. What exactly we need to come to this future? What is stopping us? That is the big question. And the answer is how to stop that. Because until and unless we don't get the resolution, the solutions for these issues, we cannot move on. We cannot ever get this future with us. If you take the example of Yemen, if you take the example of Somalia, if you take the example of Afghanistan, Syria, any other countries, Sudan or something, what you will find out, hunger is the biggest crisis these days. But is that hunger all? Why this hunger is there? This hunger is again related to low unemployment, leading to more and more hunger. Not just it is about employment. Then again, it is connecting with the climate also. Because if you talk about the African region, the scarcity of water is still there, because of which they are not able to maintain their livelihood. A lot of things are interconnected, and all interconnected issues, we have to come out with a bigger resolution. The resolution which is not just in the paper, the resolution which is just not an agenda, but a resolution which really comes up to ground and give us the proper solution. That will lead us to this future. The future we are dreaming about. The future which has a brightest thing. The future which has shown us the exact meaning and the perfect example of unity. Because when there is no crisis, there will be the best unity, best power in us. To bring this, we have to get all the kind of this, crisis to be resolved. And until unless we don't solve, again, the same thing. We cannot come to that future. Because that future needs crisis-free world. A world where there is no crisis that can only lead to unity. Now, what we are doing with in the platform, in the ground level, what exactly we are implementing and how we are trying to bring this all solution into the livelihood and give them a better future, connect them to a global forum like you, and come to a motive and come to a platform where we can really show them this future is there and they can get it. It's not just a part of dreaming. It is the future which can be with us. To do this, we have, sectorized a lot of departments. For example, Zakia Hamdard has taken 3 major departments. Out of the 3, there is a lot of sub-departments on which we are working. 3 major departments start from poverty and hunger. We have covered both the topics together. And the next, which can control this poverty and hunger, is your unemployment and education. Until and unless you all are not employed and you all are not educated, you cannot know what rights you are having and you cannot earn for your livelihood. Whether this education is professional or whether education is a skill, it doesn't matter. It has to be. Each and every person need to be educated, skill educated or professionally educated. They need to have their education. Once this education and other things is done, we can talk about the environment. Why this has kept in third, which is the major issue. It is going to be a drastic change in the world if we don't take this issue seriously. But this has to be kept in third because until and unless a person is not fed, his stomach is not filled, he will never talk about environment with you. He will not realize what environment is going to affect to him because right now he is affected. He is hungry. His mind is not going to work until and unless he is not having a plate of rice. He won't dream about the future, what we are showing, the empty stomach. He won't appreciate the words when we will come up and talk to him or her and show this futuristic, which is somehow realistic things. Because again, he will deny it. He will deny that the future right now, what I'm facing, my present and my future for my kids, what I could see with my this open eyes, have no light which you are talking about. So these are the major 3 phases which means the members and the subdivisional members are working. And Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah, we have brought a lot of lives. I won't say that it is on numbers. It is still very nano in comparison, but we have covered more than 5,000 people's life. And gracefully, this chain of life-touching issues is not going to stop here. And it is going to pursue for until and unless we really don't get the future of what we are up to. And the ideology, the platform you have shown is not going to stop here because those 5,000 people and who will go definitely, and once they have some relief in their life, will definitely talk, okay, Zakia Hamdard has shown something which the global crisis and creative society used to talk. So it is, this chain this is already in the runway and it is sooner going to increase with a lot of people, a lot of public, and we can hope that it comes sooner. But to bring this sooner, again, we have to talk. Out of this forum also, we have to come out. This is the time to get united. This will show that we are united with the public facing issues, whether they are in whatever part of the world. whether whatever language they speak, whether whatever trend of food, whatever their food habit, but then they are human, and this is a human crisis. And we people who are connected with the creative society and other big forums and running and touching humanity will not sit idle. So with this, like, as I told, this is the initiative we have taken. But this initiative is enough? Not yet. I myself can't say that, okay, we have done a lot. We have done wonders. Wonders will only happen when this unity could be counted on the complete nation counts. So definitely we will keep doing it non-stop with all the agendas which really need to be taken care of, whether it is for their livelihood, for medical, for health, for education, for the climate change, for the for environment, for cleaning of oceans, whatever we can do, we will never stop. That is my promise. And we are doing it, mashallah. So, up to you. That's all one.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Zakia, and for really what you have said. It's very important to remember about it. That's actually what personally motivates me, because when you know also about all these people who are in danger right now in our current format, that brings me motivation to stand up, do not stop, to make always consider myself how I can improve, how I can, for example, fix my day calendar in order to do more, in order to bring this idea further, in order to really do everything I can in order to explain people what is creative society, how simple is this idea that only united we can really solve all of the issues and all of the problems. Even like, for example, several days ago, I just walking here in Germany, so it's also like pretty quiet here, and I try to how I can approach people, how I can explain how easy will be the world when we will not await, I don't know, like some other thing that actually, like how to explain this life when we will all live together in peace, and we all, not only here in small part of the earth, like in these so-called developed countries, people can live freely without honor, with good quality conditions, living conditions, and how to explain them. And in the end, I understand that actually for people who are living right now in the good conditions, we need to really explain with their language, with the language of benefits, that in the creative side we will live even better. We shouldn't explain, for example, for people who are living right now in non-developed countries, right, who are in danger right now, that we need to build another world. They know it already. They're facing it every day. They see this ugliness of this world, ugliness of this format. But we need to really urgently do something. We can talk to people who have survived after the different cataclysms. They also know about it. But most of the people who are currently living in a very comfort, we need to draw a picture. We need to explain that actually the world will be much better. The world will be such that you will never be in danger. And that's actually also a very important point, and we need to really work in different directions in order to explain to 8 billions of people that together we can really change everything, really. Like and what I try to mention, what I will do in creative society, what I will do, I think first of all, it will be do everything I can in order to save as much people as possible. I don't know what kind of sphere it will be, right? So it will be connected with environment, cleaning the planet in order so the planet immune system can be restored, and that will be it will be some areas of the earth where urgent help is needed, and we need to come to people and I don't know, like build houses, make all this infrastructure developed, and everything we can in order to provide everything for the living, like all these minimum bases that people needed right now. Yeah, so that's personally my goal for the creative society, what I will do. And I would like also to ask our another guest, how you imagine, Anuruddha, how you imagine what you will do in creative society, what you will do, or maybe what your goals, what your personal goals are. So please share it with us.
Okay, I think you'll be surprised, but not surprised at all. You should listen to the name of my company, which is Masiga Global. You should be getting some hint, or maybe get some understanding. What I'm building is your future, or basically what you're planning to build. And I see in somewhat level where how I am going to implement it. And my goal is, before I plan to build the entire structure, is first it has to be education. It has to be in a very intriguing or playful manner, which allows people to be willing to enter or willing to know. So I've selected a small crew right now, and my idea is like I want to first travel, and while I travel, I want to showcase the problems first. For example, I know Afghanistan and Syria; these areas have big problems, and some are very dangerous to enter. But if we can still enter and showcase their living conditions, and give people the understanding, okay, this is what's in reality happening, and at the same time make it in a way that it brings education. So it's going to be long if I explained it, but I will try to explain it. Imagine now every one of us, like on this side of the planet, they are like, you have different classes, like you have the upper class, then the middle class, and then we have the lower class, or we call them people who are poor or in poverty. Now, most of these people who are in poverty, they do not seek knowledge. They seek only one way out, and that is, if I have money, I'll be happy. But the problem here is having money doesn't solve the problem. The root of all these problems is actually money. The indifference is because you are not educated enough to handle money, or you don't know how to, how do you say, not misuse the money that you're being given. Now, the society that we are living in has multiple options that whatever money we get is actually being, how do you say, not distributed, but wasted onto different personal agendas. Yes, it's in one way correct, but at the same time, it doesn't help evolution. It's more of a way to, how do you say, distract yourself and not think what you should be doing in order to help society. So it's like you have the money, but it's spent not to evolve. And I've thought like my city will be building infrastructures in various categories, which will help the next generation, basically the kids of tomorrow and the children of tomorrow, to understand, okay, here, for example, we have a platform that we are planning to, we have already launched it, but we don't have the educators or the teachers right now, but we are getting there. We call it Learn More. And in Learn More, we are trying to educate the kids why you should be learning. Because right now, the format is you're learning to make money, but it should be, you should be learning mathematics or whatever physics you're learning to innovate. So we will be focusing on providing those kinds of facilities for kids. And we plan it to make it non-profitable, but to start it, you have to have some profit, because you can't run a massive we say transition from a society that is consumer to innovative society, you need to have a transition. So we are in the transition phase. We are trying to build infrastructures for that, but make it also playable or playful for the kids. For example, now I understand from school that I used to go, some of the content I'm not interested in, some of the contents I'm very interested in. For example, I like maths, I like computer, I like creativity. But yes, some kids, they tend to, do it because their parents actually, push it towards, not their passion towards it. So we will be creating a system which will allow these kids to learn what they love, and at the same time make it in a way that they get a reward for traveling, maybe to play games, maybe learn about history. So it's a very complex system that I'm building, and I don't think that I can finish it while talking on this forum, but in the future may have if I can get people to work together and make it informative enough for a way to showcase it. Imagine they will be traveling, studying while traveling. It will be not a school where you be in school, at home, or in front of the PC. It's like you travel while you are studying. And at the same time, you get to see the world at the same time. So it's like a transition that I'm trying to do. I'm going to be very short.
Thank you so much, Anuradha. I loved your ideas. Thank you so much for sharing them. And I also like this root of the problem which you mentioned. Like, we all struggle for money. Money is the main aim, goal for so many people now in the world, for all of us, to be fair, more or less. But money is actually a root of the problem. And as you also mentioned very correctly, in the consumerist format of society, no matter how much money you have, still your health will be bad, your life cycle will be short, environment will be spoiled, and you will suffer from the same problems as all other people are suffering. Because consumerist society is about taking the most and not caring about what will stay left, what will stay to our next generation, even for us when we are getting old, like which kind of planet we are living on, which kind of environment, what are we doing with nature, and so many things we started caring when we focused on money. So we definitely need to switch that focus and start discovering world more in a creative, in a positive, and violence less way. So I think
Can I add something? Can I add something for the last? Now in our culture, we believe that we are Buddhists, so we believe that reincarnation happens. And now the 12,000 year cycle that was mentioned in your forum is something that is known to all of us. And we believe also, we have also actually facts that we survived the last cataclysm. And we are people who tend to believe like once we are born, like we die and we relive again. So basically, if you don't do anything right now, next time we relive, we will be not having this planet in the way. So the whole goal from us is to spread that message also in time.
Thank you so much for sharing this. Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, I feel like we'll be finalizing our show, and I just offer to say a few words about how do you inform people about the Creative Society. I know that you're active participants. I know that you're spreading the word about the project to your acquaintance, friends. Can you make a few examples for our viewers, like what you do or what can you do to raise awareness about the Creative Society in the world? Zakia, let's start from you.
Before I give your answer, I will take back, like Alex, in the initial, he told me that, okay, the high society should also come out and do the contribution. But that is the major issue. High society really don't want to come out and stop their, they demonize the society and they believe in demonizing. They don't want to have an equal manner, because once they come to the equality, there will be all the society as a worker society and all the society as a better society. They all need to work together. They all need to have the same equality, which children really don't want to develop. That's why they believe in doing a food campaign, but they will not believe in making them self-developed, self-sustainable person. If I will go and ask somebody that, okay, I'm doing this work, can you please help me out and contribute some of your payments? They will say, okay, arrange a food camp. But they will never say that arrange a machine or any skill or any part where they can self-sustainable themselves. Why? Because they don't want to end the worker society. They really want to keep a hand upper. So this was one thing which is still dividing and not letting us come to a society we are up to for future. Then I will quote Anurag's words, like he told in between, that even the poor person, they don't know how to utilize the money. Anurag, I completely disagree with this, because they really don't have money. They don't know what next they will face. I don't know how good you are with the ground level staffs, but I'm really into the ground level thing. I'm working with those society. I'm regularly in touch with those people who sometimes wake hunger, sometimes sleep hunger. They don't know what next they will do. So these people, when they don't have the leverage to have a penny in their pocket, how can they think about how to utilize it? We need to work out, whenever I especially talk with my people in sense all the Muslims, because we have a system of zakat which has been, forcefully put into our Islamic laws, that you have to keep donating 2.5% of your total income in whatever condition. But this zakat is also not coming to those people who really need the charity. Because again, it was quoted in the Quran that there will be an era before the demoralization of the complete world, that the people will utilize their own zakat for funding their own kids' welfare. These days, we have countless of cars, we have countless of buildings. We don't really want to give these pennies to somebody to have their livelihood. At the end, at any cost, if I'm wearing something, like I'm wearing or utilizing 2 crores gadget, okay, maybe that is not required. We can also adapt 2 lakhs gadgets and work for our livelihood in a proper manner. But then we just don't want to donate this 1.98 lakhs to somebody who really needs it. We say that we have to maintain our society, we have to maintain our own status, on the name of the status and society. We are doing all the unevaluated things, which is again a major reason for the divide in the society. Anyway, now coming back, as I told in my first part, that we have already touched 5,000 people, and these 5,000 people are really working hard in the ground level, and they are regularly talking about your goals, which is now our goals. And this is the goal for the whole humanity, because it's not just one thing which can discriminate the idea of what you have brought. It's every point is something which is a dream of every human. Unity, is the major dream. Peace is the major dream. A place where all kind of equality is there is a major dream. A life without any conflict, a life which you can manage on your own time zones, a life where you can have your fooding habit according to your, with the healthy, healthy ingredients and healthy environment is the dream of every human. And so no way that I need a particular time period to talk about this. No, it is every time we are talking about it. In my every work, every step of my work, your agenda, this creative society agenda is involved. And people are knowing your agenda, people are getting connected. That is the major and the award for you. This is the certification that you are doing better. You are doing the best you can do. This is the certification which the ground level people have given. They are joining, they are enjoying, they are viewing, they are talking about it. This is what you can. The next thing what I would like to add is like everything won't need money. Why? Because take example of you. I don't say it is you are working without any penny, but then it is not requiring that huge amount. With little money also, but a complete determination, you have come to this level. The same way, when I started working, I started contributing few amount of my salary. And now after this 18 years into this field, I have come to a level where I have a lot of people who have joined and who respectfully call me, okay, ma'am, you don't remember you have helped me that era when I was suffering the most. And I really sometimes forget. And then when after receiving the call, I thank God, okay, I did the best. So this kind of satisfaction you are also must be having, because maybe some people must be commenting on your views or something when they watch, because they appreciated your work. Why I'm connected with you for 3 long years? Because I appreciate the work what you are doing of uniting these major countries, these major languages, which is something like, it is a puzzle. It's a puzzle for me to understand Arabic or French or German or any other language. But then we are sitting together. We are talking about the same agenda, and we are respectfully, understanding. We are mutually working. We are like a co-partners. We are already there with each other. We respect and love each other because you have created this. That's all.
Yeah, thank you. And it's really a brilliant example when you do, like, when you do it every day. It's really examples of true heroes of our modern society, because we usually, like from movies again, we tend to think that heroes are like someone like with huge abilities, like superhuman abilities and so on. But it's not the truth. The truth is it's people who are caring about life of other people are true heroes. And we know right now about the solution to all of our crises as a way out of this global crisis, creative society. So it's true heroism to start talking about it. It's the thing that comes up naturally. You don't think about it. It just, you know inside that you need to do that. And you're doing despite all of the issues, despite everything. You just start acting, and you don't see any stop signs. You need to move towards the creative side. That's your goal. Yes, thank you so much. And Anuruddha, can you please also share how you share the information about creative society? Please share your example.
Okay, I'm at the ground stage because I think I've joined you all now about 2 or 3 weeks. And what I'm doing right now is I'm connecting with gamers who are like, there are certain games where we play role play games, and you go into the server and you play the game. And I'm right now trying to put the logos into the game, like inside the game, basically. And I'm trying to get, like, there's a server where there's 5,000 gamers who usually move in and go out. And I'm trying to teach them, like, okay, this is what's happening right now. Now, as I said, like, the 12,000-year cycle that you mentioned in our culture, we call it Kali Yuga. And in Kali Yuga, it's the time where destruction happens, where volcanic eruptions happens, and all these climate changes happens. So now, as I said, like, do we want to explain people the real situation? Not everyone is in, how do you say, receiving mode, or wanting to receive that knowledge. Basically, they tend to deny it. And I want to make it in a way where I want to have, rather than spreading the message very fast, I want to spread it the right way, to the right mindset that will, okay, here, this is happening. Let's get on board and do what we can do to spread it faster. So it's like I take a little extra time to strategize, but once I'm finished with the strategy, I'm certainly sure I will spearhead it. So the idea is gamers, because they're always online, they play games, and I bring in traders also. The whole goal is to bring investments in one way, because I know you don't need a lot of money to do this, but the biggest problem I have seen for the last 15 years, okay, I've been trying really hard to build this, and in the last 15 years, I found only 5 people that are willing to work with me on a long-term basis. Some people worked with me, left for their jobs, because ultimately they don't want to build something that is long-term. They just want something that is for them, for this time period, beneficial. So I found the people, the kids basically, they are kids still. And these kids are working really hard in their own fields also. Some are trying to become musicians. Some are doing right now their own movies. It's called Good Earth. One is that. And the others are right now trading. And some are streaming. So I'm still getting connected. But in time, when I have the right connections, I'll spread it. I'll make it viral. That's my goal.
Super. Thank you so much, Anuradha, for sharing your examples. I'm impressed how everyone can use their artistic way of spreading the message. And I would invite all our viewers to watch the forum which we are discussing today. It was once again called Global Crisis: Our Survival is in Unity. In the end, almost in the end of the forum, there was a video of many examples from all over the world, how we already inform people about the creative society. It shouldn't be always something big, like advertisement, TikTok streams, or going with to some media. You might start with something small, like putting a sign on your shirt or on your purse, or printing a hoodie with Creative Society sign on your back even. So people will see this sign, will see this name more and more. And believe me, when they see it at least 3 times, they will start questioning themselves. Okay, it's super popular. What is this? I want to learn what is Creative Society. So they will find it on the internet. They will gain more information. And then it will be up to them to choose to live in the Creative Society or to continue like this. So, but they will have a choice, So let's spread the message however we can. Let's make songs about the Creative Society. Let's make lyrics. Let's tell every person in our life which we meet, at least let's give all of them the chance to learn this information, this hopeful information, truthful, hard, but hopeful. They have a reason. They have a right to know it. Let's not take it from them. So I invite everyone to join the movement, join the Project Creative Society, and work for our own common, beautiful future. Alex, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. And it's really what actually it inspires me all the time, that we have different talents, we have different approaches, and we have different also contacts, because it's also very important when you, for example, if you are a gamer, you have all about gamers like next to you, and you can explain to them like with using their own language, but because you're inside of the topic, you're inside this community, you know, like how to explain to people with that. So, for example, in IT professions, you can using these terms, these examples, explain to them. And of course, we also integrated in our society that we live in. And for example, me personally, I printed out also a logo of Creative Society, also with in German written that I support Creative Society, and a QR code, and put it on my window. So so everybody who is passing my window can also see, okay, something is happening here. Okay, maybe I will Google that. What is that? Because actually, for me, it also will be very intriguing. You see it all over the place, and what is that? Really, like what people are doing there. And when you really understand the essence of the forum, when you really understand what we are trying to say, that people, let's stop living in such condition, because we can live in a beautiful world, and everything that depends on us, on our choice and our own commitment. So it's only depends on us how fast we can build the Creative Society. There are no boundaries, no borders, nothing that restricts us from just speed up as much as possible and just do everything we can in order to build this world. So thank you so much, our dear guests. Thank you so much, Olga. Thank you so much, our dear viewers, for everything, for being with us. If you have any questions, write to us. I think you will find all information, all the contact information under this video or right now here. So all our social networks, hashtag that we are in our email address and the website, so where you can find also a lot of information about Creative Society, articles, steps, what, for example, this logo means, and all these questions that may arise, you can find it there. And I will be happy to see you next time on the next round of international discussions. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.